Today's STEM challenge is ToyBox. The objective is to design and construct a toy box with a lid that holds a small toy. Challenge is, toy box must have square or rectangle shape. Toy box should hold only one toy. The toy box and lid must be different colors. I'm sure you would know what shapes these are. This is a square and this is a rectangle. A square has all the sides that are equal, whereas a rectangle has one side longer than the other. Do you like to play with building blocks? It's fun to build castles, forts, houses with blocks. Can you spot any differences between the block and the rectangle? The rectangle is a flat shape, whereas the block is raised, or we can say it is tall. The rectangle can be measured by its two sides, which are known as length and width. But for the block, we have the length and the width and also the height to measure how tall it is. The rectangle does not have a height to measure. This block is three-dimensional shape as it is measured in three ways. It is known as a cuboid. Similarly, you will see a square and a three-dimensional block. This block is known as a cube, as all the sides of this cube are equal. Let us see a few examples of cubes and cuboids. Can you identify which of these are cubes and which are cuboids? Tiffin box, book, cereal box, Jack in the Box, ice cubes, dice, Rubik cube. So the items kept on this side are of the cube shape, and items kept on this side have the cuboid shape. If you're sitting in a room watching this video, there is a floor beneath you. There is another wall on the right hand side of you and a wall on the left hand side. One more wall behind you. There is a wall in front of you. So are you not in a box shaped room? If we were to lay these walls flat, how would the structure look like? If you raise this flat structure back, it will again form the shape of a box. If we were to put this shape on paper, it would look like this. The flat shape of the paper has 5 square portions. If we bring the shapes up, we will form a box. Similarly, this is a flat structure for a cuboid. It has 5 different sized portions. If we pull these shapes up, we will get a cuboid or a rectangle box. Now that we know what a box looks like when we lay it out on its sides flat, let us start designing our toy box. We will take a 1 cm square sheet. If you notice, There is a colored square on the sheet. This is the center point of this sheet. Take a small toy and place it flat on the colored square. Make sure that all the parts of the toy are evenly spread around the colored square box. Draw an outline of your toy on the paper. Careful, do not move the toy while you draw the outline. Once you mark the outline, remove the toy. Mark the closest square outside all the sides of the outline and draw a rectangle. This marks the length and the width of the box required. We will call this as the base. Now, we need to mark the height of the toy. Take a scale and measure how tall the toy is from the base. Take your measurements in centimeters marked on the scale. Mark the height on the paper next to the base rectangle that we have drawn. Mark this height on all the sides of the base. If the result height was 4 centimeters, we will mark a line after 4 boxes from the base rectangle. We have now a flat structure of the rectangle box. If you notice our earlier cutout example of a cuboid box, it would be difficult to join the edges on the sides. So, we will keep an extra flap for our box here. Cut along the outer rectangle marked on the sheet. Cut on the new colored lines. Fold on the lines marked. Pull up the sides. This will be the sides of our box. Take the extra flaps and stick them. Our box is now ready. We need to make the lid of the box. We took the exact same dimensions of the base that we had marked earlier. For the height of the lid, we will take just 1 centimeter, which is 1 square marked on this paper. As shown earlier, we will keep extra portions for the flaps to enable us stick the sides easily. We will make a cut for the flaps on one of the marked lines. We will apply glue on the outside portion of the flap. Now, we will stick these together and make a box-like structure for the lid. Notice that the lid size is the same as the base size. Let us now put the lid on the box. What happened? As the lid and the box are of the same size, the lid will not fit over the box. Let us take an example of a sharpener and these pencils. One of the pencil is of the same size of the sharpener hole, and the other slightly smaller. The first pencil will not go inside the sharpener, as the sizes of both the sharpener and the pencil are the same. So, we found out that the lid has to be made slightly bigger than the base so that it can cover the box. We will mark the box base on the sheet, and now mark a little extra on the sheet. With the new size, the lid will be a bit bigger than the box. Remember, we need the lid only to be a tad bit bigger than the box, so we will just take a bit extra size for the lid. Darken the outside box with a sketch pen and erase the inside box marked earlier. Now, we will again mark the lid, which could be the next square for our base for the lid marked. We will again mark the extra portions for the flaps and cut them on the lines. Glue them on the outside and stick them together. Our lid is now ready, which is slightly bigger than the earlier lid that we made. Our lid covers the box correctly. Our toy fits correctly in the box, and we can cover the box with our lid.